Hi, crafting friends. It is me, Nikki, from Nikki B Stamping, and I am going to show you today how to make this beautiful angel made out of the Deco mesh. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you're going to need is to buy your Deco mesh. You're going to want to get a 10-inch roll. This is, of course, in red for another project that I'm going to be doing. But for the angel, we used white, obviously. So you're going to get the 10-inch length, and you're going to cut it into 10-inch strips. Now, what I did is I cheated a little bit. I put a piece of paper down, and it is, 8.5 by 11. And so what I did is I just took it and just measured it out to that length of that paper, and I just cut it. So my pieces are actually 10 inches wide, and then my length is about 11 inches, something like that, maybe 11.5, depending on how fast I was cutting. But the biggest part is it's close enough to a square as you can. You don't have to be super, super precise. So then what I did is I just take the piece and I stretch it from corner to corner, and I just gather it up and hold on to it. So it's going to look just like that. And then I get my second piece. You actually need 12 of these pieces. So grab corner to corner, grab it in the middle, and gather it. And then you're going to do that again, corner to corner, pull, collect in the middle, and gather it. You're going to do that to all 12 pieces, and I have done that ahead to speed up this process. So that's what 12 of them is going to look like. Okay. Pipe cleaner, and I'm using white. So get your pipe cleaner out, and I wrapped it around her body, or around, this is going to be the angel's body and wings. But when I did it, I wrapped it around in the middle, and I twist the whole body to get it in there nice and tight. With that part left, that is going to be your hanger. So I just kind of make a little loop to make the hanger. So there is going to be the first part of that. This truly is the hardest part, is gathering your fingers and getting everything to work together to learn how to grab them all together. Once you get going, it's actually really easy to do. After we get it tied, you make your loop. You're going to grab 6 of these from each side. Grabbing 6. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you grab 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is going to make her body. So you can kind of see how the wings are going. And this is going to be her body. I use a half of one of the pipe cleaners. I squeeze it tight, and I wrap that around, and I want her body to be short and squatty. That's going to give you a longer dress. So I get that in there, and I twist my angel around. Again, making it as tight as you can, and that's going to be the back side. And then you're going to cut these 2 pieces off, because that's going to be your leftover. So let me cut them off here with my old scissors. And so then that's going to be the back of your dress. So now we're going to flip it over, and you'll do all your fluffing at the end. So you don't really need to worry about fluffing. The next part is you're going to take an ornament, take the top part off, and that can be trash, or you can use that as a crown if you want. I'll show you that at the end. And you're going to take her head, this is going to be her head, you're going to put a glob of glue right on here with your hot glue gun, and you're going to place her head right on there. Now, in all honesty, this is the longest part, is waiting on the glue to dry. You cannot take your hand off of it because the glue will not stay. So when you put your glob of glue and you put your head there, you have to wait until it dries. So I have one that is already done on this part, which this just goes to show, as I was getting them ready, look, I did not wait until it dried completely. So now I'm going to need to add some glue into that. And now we need to wait for it to dry. So this is going to take a few minutes on that. That is like the worst part. And you need to make for sure that it is dry really, really well, because you're going to be putting the ribbon around her neck to, cover up the backside of, her neck. So you've got to make for sure. So we are going to let this dry. I think, fingers crossed, that this is good. Okay. So now that her head the glue is dry on her head, on her neck, you are going to pick out your ribbons, and I am going to use this really pretty red ribbon. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to cut a piece, and you're going to actually need 2 pieces. I kind of like fold it in half and see how long I want it to be. So I want it to be about this long, so I'm going to use my scissors and cut a piece, and I'm actually going to cut 2 of them that same length. So this is the first part of her dress. Now what I did, just because it was the easiest, I just kind of clenched in the middle and I just kind of folded. Nothing too crazy. I've got my tweezers because the hot glue is hot when it comes through this ribbon, and this is a wire ribbon, so it's going to get even hotter. So what I did is I put a dab of glue there, and I'm going to lay my ribbon down in there, and I'm going to use my tweezers to push it down into that glue and kind of hold it. And if you don't have tweezers, what we were using for class was another piece of the glue stick, and we were just using that to push it down. All right, so that is that piece. Then you're going to take your second piece and you are going to go behind or in front of the hanger, and you're going to wrap it around her neck and cross it. Now what I did is I put a little bit of hot glue under there and then a little bit of hot glue there, laid this down, and then I let it dry. I put a little bit of glue there, and you can either use your tweezers or another glue stick, and you kind of want to get that in there tight, and that's going to cover up her neck in that big glue glob that you had to use to put her head on. So there is that. And she's actually coming together really, really nice. Now the next part is her bow. The bow, I leave it on the bolt when I do it. And I make sure I've got a tail. I take a loop and I make another loop, mine has glitter on it. So I'm gonna make for sure that my glitters are out on the outside. And kind of twist. Oops, not that way, this way. And so, like I said, if my bows are too wide, I just kind of pull them and adjust them. So all it is just kind of gathering them right there in the middle. There's that. If that's where I want it, I'll trim it off. And then I just took a little piece of baker's twine. Where'd my end go? There it is. And all I'm doing is securing this. So I just kind of tied a small knot right there in the middle. And of course the school bus just went by, so the dog is going to bark. There we go. So there is my bow. And we're going to cut this part off because we actually do not need any part of that. All we're doing is securing our bow. And kind of straighten it out. And that is going to go right there. So you can see where her dress is coming along. So we'll put a little dab of glue and set this in there. Get your tweezers or your glue stick, watching your fingers carefully. Okay, so the next thing is you're going to take a jewel, and you kind of want to use a larger jewel to, cover up that string. You're going to put another little glue dot, not too big of a one, because you just want to glue your jewel right into place. I'm going to grab it, and you're going to put that jewel right there and hold it down. That just gives it some bling. Okay. So that is that. The last part is your halo. Take another piece of your pipe cleaner. I just kind of fold it or kind of bend it in half, and I wrap it around to make the halo. Then I take it on the back side and I go, how did this one not be the one that I clipped? That's funny. Oh, because of the head. That's what, let me clip this back side. So there we go. So then I go, and you can see where her ribbon is behind her neck. I put the pipe cleaner right there. I'll put a glue glob there. I'll put just a little bit on her head, and then that's what's going to hold her halo in place. So let me get my glue. Put my glue glob there, and just a little bit on the back of her head. run that underneath the hanger. Push that down into that glop. Again, if you need to use your glue stick, the glue stick is actually easier to use. And there you go. There's your angel. And then you can work on, spreading everything out, getting it all froofed up. And the more you work with it, the bigger your dress will get and the prettier your angel will be. So that is making a Deco mesh angel. I hope you enjoy. They are so easy, you have to try. Leave a comment below if this helped you out and if you're looking forward to making one. And check out my channel for future videos coming up. Oh, the first thing that I forgot also to tell you was to trim your ribbon down. Can't forget that. Oops. So what I do for it is I bend my ribbon in half and I cut up to a point, and that will cut your pieces right there. So now leave a comment below. Let me know how you like this video. Subscribe to my channel, and I will be having future videos coming up. All right. Thank you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.